Okay, so we're in the queue for round 4. Oh, Garland playing against. I believe this one's for the silver to gold pack upgrade. I believe the silver pack gives you 6 cards and 1 heroic. The gold pack gives you 8 cards and 2 heroics. So it's a pretty significant jump in quality. Plus, with the extra 2 cards, you get an extra chance of opening more higher rarity cards. So, my opponent has 3 soul-binded cards. That's actually pretty intense. So he just has a Forge Guardian Delta, which gives him an alpha, beta, and gamma. Beta and gamma's pretty bad. It's a 4/4 like 7/7, I think. 4/4 8/8 16/16. But the other ones are decent, and Delta itself is gigantic. It's just like its effect never matters. So he's at least a Loyan. What do I want to play here? I could play Scourge Hydra, or I could play Glutton. Portal Shade is definitely not it. Portal Shade's a better blocker than it is offensive. Like that's a word. So I could play a 7/4 or a 6/3. I think I'd rather have a level 2 Hydra in my deck. Right? I have like a billion Gluttons. Let's just play the Scourge Hydra. 7/4 is not the worst. And then I get to play Xerox. I could play Xerox and Infernal Visage, or I could just play... If he plays a blocker in front of Scourge Hydra, I'm probably not going to play Infernal Visage. Not too certain on that. I guess it depends on what he blocks it with. There's not like a good 4-power creature in Aloyan you can block with. Not like Grove Huntress is in Utera, or Ronti Elementalist is in Tempys. I guess that's not a good example here, but... And Nekrium has no shortage of low toughness blockers. So he plays a 7/4. So Aether Guard's really annoying, but not actually that great. He has to play a lot of spells in order to make the card good. So I'm just going to play Xerox in the side lane and Infernal Visage it. That makes my Scourge Hydra live. So he has to block it with another creature, and it goes to 3 toughness, I think. Yeah. And it basically kills whatever he blocks it with. Now he can block it with Matrix Warden and give his Aether Guard like 9/5. And I'd have to block it with a Primordial and Hydra the Primordial. Assuming he plays Matrix Warden, which is a really high pick in Ilion. I love that card. It's so good. It's just a smidgen under curve at every rank. Wow, this guy's not messing around. It's Forge Guardian Delta. Why would he do that? I guess to kill Xerox. But it blows him out so much if I have like anything, like Bitterfrost Totem here. It's only -4/-4. But it lets my Xerox live and almost kills this creature. And I can probably damage Xerox. No, Xerox does not have enough toughness to damage. So I'd rather play a Scourge Hydra to block or a Aether Guard. Do I need to block? Yeah, I think blocking is better than not blocking. Because he still has to block Xerox. And I don't want him to play a card and let this Aether Guard, or a spell and let this Aether Guard get out of reach. So what do I want to block with? It's either Primordial or Hydra, because I don't want the Volcano Giant, really. This is Mobility 2. It's probably better than Scourge Hydra. Mobility is really strong. I say that like whenever I play a Mobility creature, but it's always true, I promise. Sand's not good at all. If Xerox had 4 toughness there, I would have just easily put Scourge Hydra because it would have lived, but neither one of them would have lived, so... I don't want to kill my own Xerox because that kills anything he blocks it. Anything he blocks it with, including another Forge Guardian Alpha. Sand is not good. The most I can hope for is that he... I don't even know. Oh, that's a really good legendary. That's constructed playable right there. Whenever it's in the center lane, everything gets +2 attack, and when it's not in the center lane, it gets 2 armor, and it scales really well. So I'm gonna play Contagion Lord in the side lane, and play a Scourge Hydra in front of this Aeronaut. That forces it to move out of the way if he doesn't want to lose his Aeronaut, which makes everything smaller. Though it does give it armor, so it's harder to deal with. Though, I guess with the Scourge Charger level 2, I can just block it, and it still dies. Aeronaut's really important to kill. I can't really afford to let it live. Of course, if he just trades for Scourge Hydra, that would be ideal. This level 1 Scourge Hydra. Yeah, I didn't think he would. I wonder if it's better to sacrifice Contagion Lord to have a Glutton in board. I'm trying to figure out what my plays are. That's not going to do anything. Well, why didn't he just play the Tech Explorer, then replace the Tech Explorer with the Steel Eye Researcher? Tech Explorer levels a creature when it comes into play. This levels any card if he replaces the card. But he didn't replace anything, so he didn't get the effect. And Tech Explorer leveled a Steelskin Splunker, which is a pretty good card. So Scourge Hydra, the Aeronaut for sure, damaging my own Scourge Hydra because it dies anyway. Combat happens. Then I think it's better to have a 4/6 and a 6/3. So I'm going to play the Glutton, sacrifice it, and then play this Thranic Ambusher in the side lane. Because even though Contagion Lord's unlikely to kill whatever blocks it, it's unlikely to die of most level 1 cards. And it gives me another Abomination to, like, if he doesn't kill it, I can play 3 cards this turn, which I actually don't really have 3 cards to play this turn, but it still gives him incentive to kill it instead of my Scourge Hydra and Thranic Ambusher, which he has pretty much no incentive to kill a Graveborn Glutton. And since the Loyan cards aren't known for their high base power at early ranks, and of course he plays Aeronaut, which is super annoying. Shouldn't he have played Aeronaut in the center lane if he wanted to do that combination of cards? I mean, that just makes the most sense. Playing this Abyssal Brute's not the most overwhelming of strategies, but maybe I do it anyway. It sucks because this Aeronaut has mobility, so it's just if I block it with the Steam Sentinel, it moves it out of the way, and then Steam Sentinel is useless in clogging my side lane the entire game. So maybe what I do is attack, because I think I have to play the Steam Sentinel. I don't have any spells. These houses are beyond useless. I think I put the Steam Sentinel here and then play the Abyssal Brute in the side lane. That way I can deal 2 damage to his Aeronaut and trap it there, because he doesn't want to move into the Steam Sentinel. I mean, he can if he wants to, but he's probably going to kill the Abyssal Brute, and I would be surprised if he moved after that. And then I can maybe Necroflay or Warbringer his, like, whatever I can get in front of Aeronaut. What are the level 2 cards I have in my deck? 1 Primordial, Scourge Hydra, Visage, Xerox, Contagion Lord. Those are pretty good. Hopefully I draw some of those in the next... The next hand is my last rank of rank 2. So he's going to pump his Tech Explorer. That's probably what I would do, yeah. Shucks. Jeepers, etc. I'm really glad he did that. So now I can... What do I want to play? Glutton or Berserk Drake? I think it's Glutton. Glutton does damage when it dies. I like that trait. And then Warbringer onto the Steam Sentinel so it kills this stupid Aeronaut. I hate playing on the defensive with this deck. It's not where it excels. Though at least I did draw Xerox, which I really want to have that card in play. Unfortunately, I think I have to block Tech Explorer. Ugh. Well, blocking Tech Explorer is not that bad. Now that he's not going to be at like 1 health. So I can block my Contagion Lord on top of Tech Explorer and then Xerox in the side lane. Nekrium Marauder is really good. If you have Nekrium. Otherwise it's like an okay card. think I put Xerax in the side lane, and then block with Contagion Lord. I could block with Scourge Hydra, but Contagion Lord has way better upside if it lives. That way it forces him to either block Xerax or Contagion Lord with the Windweaver. Windweaver's also really good. Like, this is one of the best heroics in the game. So it blocks the Delta. It's a pretty good block, won't lie. And then he probably should just scoot and kill the Contagion Lord with the Windweaver, yeah. 2 Windweavers? Who's this guy? He has 2 Windweavers and a Nexus Aeronaut? That is legitimately impressive. So Scourge Hydra is gonna block this guy. I'm gonna hit Xerax because Xerax dies. Rest in peace, Xerax. And then play Glutton side lane. Or dodge the Windweaver. I think I just dodged the Windweaver. I hate going into rank 3 against Aloyan. They have their card quality, especially with Tech Explorer, which is an 1820 at rank 3. That's such a huge rise in quality. I never really want to deal with it. Like, I just have to throw a billion blockers in front of this thing. So I'm going to block the Windweaver with Contagion Lord, then throw Steam Sentinel under the Tech Explorer bus. And hopefully he doesn't have a second Windweaver, like either of his 2 Windweavers, to give the Tech Explorer mobility, because then my Steam Sentinel would be useless. I can't sacrifice it to Contagion Lord. But I have nothing else to kill this Tech Explorer, and I don't want to play 2 creatures to kill it, so I still think it's worth it. And here's a bunch of level 1 creatures. Not what I wanted. I can't kill basically anything with Contagion Lord, with the Warbringer. I don't even want to sacrifice the Abomination, because the only one I want to play is Glutton. Like, I pretty much only want to play Glutton and Warbringer Ronti in this hand. Maybe I play Warbringer, Corpse Crawler, the Warbringer, then play Glutton. Wait, no, that doesn't work. Yeah, wait. So here's the plan. No, that's still worse. Ah, goodness gracious, he had the freaking Windweaver. So I play the Glutton. I can kill this Cinder Colossus, or I can let it... Actually, I can actually Glacial Crush it. I mean, that's not that great. It does make my Glacial Crush free. I just have a level 2 wall and a level... If I sacrifice Contagion Lord to kill his Cinder Colossus, it's actually better than just like straight up trading. So I'm gonna play the Glutton, then play the Warbringer Auntie to force him to move his Windweaver. I don't think that's enough power to kill this creature. Oh yeah, it's barely enough. And then sacrifice Contagion Lord to Glacial Crush his Cinder Colossus. That way I have a free Glacial Crush in my deck. I mean, I wouldn't do it if Contagion Lord would live, but since they would just trade, it's pretty much free to do it. This is a hand of all spells. It certainly is a hand of all spells. I have this stupid Steam Sentinel in my deck, or in my pile. Why did he do that? I guess it's free. Yeah, that's actually fine. For some reason I thought this thing would attack. So I can play Scourge Hydra on the defensive, hit my Steam Sentinel, and Infernal Visage, just to kill his Warbringer. Alternatively, I could let Scourge Hydra live at like 3 toughness. That's probably not good enough. 17-3 versus a... I think it's better to have the Warbringer in play, even though the Warbringer is really weak as well. I got really level screwed this rank. Kinda sucks. Maybe I can Blizzard Shaman this Steam Sentinel into usefulness. It's actually probably better than playing the Thoranic Ambusher. Oh gracious. So this Steam Sentinel has a 50-50 shot of being good. Come on. Okay, that's decent. It's not where I wanted it really, but I guess it's better than nothing. Since at least I don't die now. I mean, actually I do die because all his creatures have mobility because Windweaver is incredible. And there's my level 3 cards. Ah well, his deck had some very strong rares in it. And I got a little level screwed in rings 2 and 3. So I guess it's not too bad a result. I really would have liked that gold pack. But, I mean, I'm just gonna concede. I'm not gonna let him mess this up. Like, if he really kills the Steam Sentinel here instead of moving his creature, that would be the worst. My best play last turn was to move the Sentinel in this lane to kill his Windweaver, so I could block the Spelunker with my Glutton. And I would actually be able to do that since Spelunker wouldn't be able to move. And then I would have to deal with 2 more of his creatures, which I don't know how I'd do that, but maybe he'd get level screwed. Who knows? So he figured out the play, so I'm gonna concede. Okay, well, 3-1's not that bad. At least with going 3-1 versus 4-0. This is probably the biggest jump in prize, because of the 2 extra cards. You still don't get any tickets, so it's not that big a deal. Oh well, sweet. Thanks y'all for watching. I think I did pretty good this game. I think I got a little... It's either... I don't want to say I got unlucky, because it's not very responsible. You can generally play your cards a little better, I think, in every game. But, I mean, I'll go back I'll look at the videos when I'm processing them and stuff, and see if I could have played something different. To try to maybe lean the level screw a little less way, like avoid playing spells, play more creatures, that sort of thing. But it really did feel like I drew a little less well than average in at least 3 of those rounds. But I guess I could play too much. 3-1's still pretty good. Plus I got another Xerox, which is a card I love in Constructed, even though it's like fringe playable at best. Anyway, yeah, thanks for watching, y'all. I appreciate it a bunch.